All right, I think we are live. Like my messed up hair today? Can't do anything about it. I have my UV cap on, and I'm not wearing my little ball cap. I have a little green ball cap. I think I even got it in here. This is an old one. I put a new one of these on every time I wear one. But even still, I don't know if you can see that. You see that's dirty? Well, they said, we give you those caps, or I buy these caps, so you don't scratch your head. But to be honest with you, you pull off your cap and scratch your head anyway, so it's probably worse to wear the cap. So guess what? Now you guys get to see me with rooster hair in the morning, because I'm not going to wear the cap anymore. I scratch my head all the time anyway, even with the cap, which I'm not supposed to do. I'm trying to straighten my hair a little bit, not scratching. It's not going to matter. Until that bacteria, by the way, guys, I just scratched my head. You see how this is all funky and sticking up really weird? Well, it's because there's pressure under the hair follicle from the bacteria, and it makes it all go every which way. Even if I put water on it, it sticks up funny. Well, I'm gonna get my head treated again. It looks like I'm gonna be getting a lot of head treatments. There's a little bit of a problem with how they've switched me. This is medical. I've got a lot of medical listening today, so I'm going to have to do this first. They put me back on the IV feed. Now, the medical people already know this, but this is so everybody who's listening knows what's going on. They put me back on IV feed. I eat food. I take minimal supplements to make it break down. Very minimal. So I can still keep a little food being absorbed by my stomach, but basically, it's all IV. So, it's become a little problematic with my drip. Everything goes in my Gershon. That is a little thing that plugs in under my arm instead of going through my veins. Those are all about dead. But it goes in a Gershon. Well, so does my drip and everything else. That's not a problem. It's the best way for me to get the stuff inside. But the number of drips I get a day, we try to do all condensed down because certain medications have to be taken at a different time. So basically, I have 2 drips a day that I do. One for nutrition and food that I do first. Nurse is supposed to administer, but I do it most of the time. And then I have one that is for the actual medication that keeps me alive. I hear employees coming. Well, the problem is the drip that I use for this bacteria, and by the way, I hope you realize that the bacteria in your stomach is why you're able to digest food. Harry, what are you doing over there? Get out of the road.
Hey, give me the bag. Give me the bag.
What'd you lose? My employee. I'm messing with the dog. Betty Boop, come on. Get out of the road. I guess there was a bag of treats and Dexter got a hold of it. All right, so that's what's going on. You got the dogs? Come on, get in here, little monsters. Betty Boop, get over here. Betty Boop! Get in here. And Harry, you get in here too. Harry, come on. Enough.
Hey.
Quit playing with Dexter. God, these dogs are a pain. Sorry, they're misbehaving. Get in here, Harry. Quit being a pain in the butt. Get in here. All right, what's the bag for?
Cake. Make a cake.
What?
Make a cake. Start making cake.
And you've got it in a $180 bag. And you're carrying it around in a $180 bag. Sorry. Well, that's supposed to be for sale. Not anymore.
That outside for a long time.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Oh, shoot. We have no gas. We got to go. We're real low on gas. I don't know how I'm going to pull everything off today. All right, back to the medical. I got to get that finished. Get in the back. So there's a problem with my drip. A significant problem. I have to absorb the food, but the drip that I need that keeps my head from being quite so bad, and some other issues, makes it so I have problems in the Krebs cycle, which is my stomach, which is not really that important, but it will throw everything off. Also, the antibiotics that I take mess with, it's very complicated. The antibiotics that I take mess with basically my food. So they have to change the antibiotics that I take. Well, they're not as effective against this bacteria that nobody else on the planet has trouble with. This is the stuff that you sneeze. That stuff can kill me. All right, come on, this is taking forever. All right, we have no gas either. I have a bunch of bills. Yes, I know. They were $175 a piece. We need to put those in lots or sell them. People can make a lot of money on that. I might actually stick that on my website just for myself.
Well, I got 6 or 7.
6 or 7 of those, right? Yeah, that's what I bought when I went to America's Mart. We have the full set. The luggage, the backpacks, everything for that Paris set. I have the wallets, everything for that set.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We need to make a lot set out of that and sell it for like $500. Sorry, guys. Just a bunch of bills. Yeah, throw it in the back of the dog. And they can chew on the bills. Medical bills, I get those. I don't know why they mail me paper. I haven't paid a paper bill in like 20 years. I do it all digital. Alrighty, so we're almost done. Oh my gosh, we're out of fuel. We need air in the tire. Just the whole litany of lists. At least the fences look great.
Yeah, the cars don't.
Yeah, fences look great. We bought a whole bunch of clips. I need to buy a few more. We might buy those at Cargo Largo today. They had them there. Yeah, sometimes they have. By the way, guys, all right, I'm done with the medical. You guys know I'm coming. I have to pay today to get new drip. I only have some of the drip that I can return. If the seal's been broken on the container, I can't return it. So I'm going to lose. No one cares. I'm busy. I'm going to lose a little money on the medicine that I paid, and I have to replace that today. I did go to the hospital at 2 o'clock in the morning. You guys may notice I wasn't on Facebook at 2 o'clock in the morning like I normally am. I did go to the hospital at 2 in the morning to check out the new drip. They didn't charge me or anything. They said, well, you know, before we switch all this stuff, why don't you come up here and we'll hook you to the machine while we switch out your drip. So I've actually had the new antibiotics. I can tell they're not as effective as the old ones. I've only had one treatment, but we'll know over time. It doesn't really matter how effective it is. It's to keep it under control. I still have to get topical and UV treatments every day, so. But it is slowly, in a roundabout way, getting better. I'm not worried anymore, and this is medical, people are asking this. I'm not worried anymore about the bacteria going into the skull or any of that. By the way, my skull has a layer of silver on it. It's not virulent enough to do that. But it's there all the time. If we don't kill it every day, then in a couple days it's virulent enough that I have issues. But it's a general maintenance thing. What is that? But it looks a little mutilated. Christmas tree vanilla cupcake kit. He's got a couple of them, but they got all mutilated and stuff. Oh well, you can make it. Take this to mom. Mom can make it. Give that to mom. Do not give her that bag.
No.
You can give that to mom.
The cow get the paper in the box?
Yeah, the cows got that actually. They were in the yard. Yeah. That's not something I'd be selling. It's just something we had. See, when I go, we are out of fuel. When I go buy clearance items, or when I used to go buy clearance items from the store, what I would do was always, not always, but pretty much, if it was in the clearance aisle, I would make a deal. Give me extra percentage off. I'll just take the entire clearance aisle. And I would literally buy everything. Even the open packages, return stuff that I couldn't sell. Well, we have boxes of that stuff, which I've been donating for charity for years. But now we're actually starting to go through some of it and use it up. Because, guys, I'll be very frank with you. Products don't mean anything to me. I have $1 million in inventory from eBay. I've closed eBay. I'm selling it off in lots. I have a lot show. I have a website dedicated entirely to selling $1 million of products in lots. Hey, Mindy. So, the products don't mean much to me anymore. However, I've already kind of spilled the beans a few times, and so I'm going to go ahead and come clear on something that is a business that I do.
Oh, nothing there.
Shut him up.
Saw something.
Is a business. I'm sorry, he's so bad. Get it in the back. But it is a business that I've been doing for years. You knew that Melissa Paz and I did it together. I don't sell on Amazon.
Who's spray?
Where's the cologne? Get the president cologne. Foulest thing on the planet.
Here they have fleets.
You got fleas?
You got fleets.
You got fleas? You'll hide when you say because I spray. I say that. You got fleas? Now he's eating some crap. Now he's eating some dog food down there.
Have fleets.
Yeah, he's got fleas. I was speeding. He didn't turn around. He knows me. Sorry, the sheriff just drove by and I was speeding. He didn't turn around. He pointed his finger at me. Sorry. He could have given me. He could have given me a ticket actually, because I'm going a little fast. It's early, but I'm behind schedule for what I have to do.
Yeah, you're going to start.
Well,
Go to
I'm.
work. Yeah. No, right.
Oh, okay, whatever. All right, so where was I? Oh, I was gonna announce something. Okay, so you guys know for years I have had products on Amazon, and much more than you might think. I don't like to talk about it too much because it's not my business. This is what I do. I'm gonna do this today. Now I don't think I'm gonna do a public video. I might. I probably have both phones. Do you have your phone? Does it have charge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll probably do a private video and a public video. But I'm gonna go to Cargo Largo today, just like I used to source. I still do. I source all the time, guys. But not for my business. I source for Amazon sellers. And this is how that works. I think you guys have seen me do it a couple times on video, but I really try to keep it on the down low because I'm sourcing products that I'm not selling directly. Now, I have two ways, actually there's three, but two primary ways that I source for other people. I go to places like Cargo Largo or wherever I've worked out a deal to get stuff super cheap. Is that closed?
No, it's clean with the trees.
Get out of the middle of the road, boys.
I know, I was looking, what's else I can do? Can you hold it, tree? It's fine, everybody's so
They're all just standing there in the middle of the street.
The guy's so tiny, one guy's so tiny. This guy's so tall.
Yeah, the little short one was the one with the attitude. Could you tell?
Yeah, no.
Sorry,
The
guys.
one's so tall.
Yeah, sorry. All right, so here's the deal. It works two ways. I go to a store and we'll do a stream of one kind or another. You need to have my phone number or text me very, very quickly. Because what I do is as I go through the store, I try to lollygag, but I show you the items that I think you might be interested in or that you've asked me to look for. If you want those items, you'll see the price right there on the sticker. But the problem is you've got to add $1. Yes, I charge $1 for whatever it is. Now, I don't care if it's a 10-cent item. It's $1 per item. So if you're buying 50 of them, 50 10-cent items, that's $50 you've got to pay. So do pay attention to your price points. But essentially, I just charge you $1 for everything you buy. I buy for you. That's it. Then what I do is, let's say it's comforters. Let's say you wanted, well, I can't say tummy Hilfiger because Amazon doesn't. Unless you pay them a bunch of money, you can't put them there. But let's say you wanted just like Mainstays comforters. That's like what they have at Walmart. And I run across a bunch of $50 comforters that I can get for $15, $20. Now, that's not a huge profit, but remember, that's a $50 comforter priced at a lotless liquidation place. So what I do is I kind of look up to see what the values are online. A lot of times it kind of lines up with the lot liquidation place. Periodically, you'll run across something, and we've done a lot, where it'll be $20 and the thing's worth $200, $300, $400. those, and they may have 100, 200 of those. Here's the dilemma. If I'm sourcing for you, you've got to be ready to pay fast. You've got to make your decision. You've got to know, is that product going to work for you on Amazon? Because I'm not going to tell you that. If I know it won't, I'll tell you. But I don't sell there. So you have to rely on your own skills. I will help you as much as I can. But what that means is you need to make sure that whatever you have me buy for you, you can actually use. Because there's no return in any of this stuff, guys. Okay? So, let's say you accidentally bought Tommy Hilfiger comforters, and you bought 50 of them at $20 a piece. Well, you can't send those off to Amazon, so what are you going to do? Are you selling them on eBay? You can do that. Do you have the storage space to store 50 Tommy Hilfiger comforters and sell them on eBay? If you do, it's no big deal. You just pay your $1 a piece. We put it in a box. You pay the shipping label. It all goes off to your place. You want to go in?
Not.
I think so. It's $150.
Well,
You
no,
go in.
No.
Well, if she's watching videos, she knows. It's again for the head and a change on drip. I'm going to actually have to buy a whole new source of drip, but I can put that off till next week, and I'm going to because it's expensive. I should have the money to pay for it. If I put it off till next week, I can pay for it. If I buy all the change of medicine now, I don't have the money. I'd have to get it from my mom. It's bad enough I have to get money from her all the time anyway. So I try not to. We're going around the block so we don't lose signal. So this is how it works. Where was I? Okay, if you don't have storage space, now I will only do this for eBay sellers, and I have very strict policies about this. If you don't have the storage space, I'm trying to clear one great big warehouse, but I have others. They're smaller. I have one cleared out. It's not cleared out, it's half full, but this is all Amazon and eBay fulfilled orders that I do for other people. Now, that's another $1. So if I'm going to fill your order, you're paying $2 an item, which isn't much, guys. I mean, come on, what do you pay Amazon? But it's $2 an item if I actually fill your order when you send me a PDF label. Okay? It's a little more pricey. But it's $1 an item if I just ship it off to you or I ship it off to Amazon. And I will put the UPCs and the do not suffocate bags and all that. You, of course, must send me all of that or pay for it to be delivered. I don't buy anything for you. Now, I will put it in the boxes and whatnot, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to pay for your labels because I'm only making $1. What I'm getting the $1 for is to buy it, get it labeled, and get it sent off for you. That's what I'm getting paid for. Okay, so here's how it works when you're at the store. When I am doing the streaming and you want to buy something, it's important that you do a screenshot of the image of what you want to buy. Don't just give me a title, because it may not be me fetching it. It may be actually my employee going after the item. He needs pictures so he does not make any errors. Okay? So do a screenshot of whatever it was. Tell me how many you want, and then you must send me the money, because I may or may not have the money to buy it when we're in the store. So you just send that to me on PayPal, ASAP. You can wait till you've got your order total. But if you tell me you're getting it, I'm putting it in the cart. Okay, so I need to be paid before we get to the register. So just whatever the sticker price is, add $1, total it up. Now, I know that's not truly a $1 increase because of the taxes and whatnot, but essentially that's how I charge. The tax, I have a tax. I don't pay taxes. I do use my tax ID for that, by the way. So, it's just mark everything up $1 and then send me that total. Then what I'll do, and you guys are online with me this whole time. I'm not just going to get your money and hang up. If we get disconnected, I'll call you back or restream or whatever. But when we are at the register, I will ring up your order separately. If I'm buying things too, I'll ring up your order separately. Each person I'm buying for, I ring up separately. You will see the sticker price. You will be able to calculate exactly, did I pay just $1 extra? Sometimes I get extra discounts. If I get an extra discount, I share that with you. In other words, I don't keep any of the extra discount money. You get the entire discount. I charge exactly $1 per item. Not per listing, per item. Okay? That's how that works. That's the easiest way to keep it simple. You know, I bought 300 products from Roger. I paid him $300. There's no doubt in my mind. I bought 300 products from Roger. He's fulfilling all the orders for me. That's going to cost me $600. Okay? And so this is how it works. We're going through, we're streaming. Boy, this is taking him a long time. He must be in there chit-chatting. Yeah, he's in there chit-chatting. That's okay. We're not. We're in a hurry, but not that bad. So while we're in the store, we're at the register. I've got the money in PayPal because I'll use PayPal to pay for it. I'll pay for it. Now, I've already been paid my $1 an item. Haven't put stickers on it or anything else yet, but I've already been paid to buy it for you and send it off to Amazon, or you send me a label and it goes to your residence, or I fulfill it. Then you add $2 an item. And honestly, guys, I am trying to avoid that. Now, here are some strict rules. A lot of people want me to fulfill their orders because I have the space. And that's fine, I'll do it. But on a limited number. Because I've got your inventory I'm responsible for while it's on my facility. So I don't want a lot of that. I am insured, but I don't want to have to go through all that. So there are very strict rules I have. I don't care what you do on Amazon. But if you are on eBay, you must put the zip code origin as my warehouse to fulfill your purchased product. Yes, that is drop shipping, but no, it is not. Why is it not truly drop shipping? I am doing fulfillment, not drop shipping. You own the product in my warehouse. It's just not coming from your office, it's coming from my office. If you do not want to be in policy violation on eBay, and I won't even do it, I will check your listing every time I mail a box to see if the origin doesn't have to be my address, just my zip code. You can put my address in if you want, but it's just the zip code. Boy, he's still not out. They must really be chit-chatting. It's the zip code that you need to have. He might be peeking out the door to see if I come up. No, they're still chit-chatting. He probably had to wake my mom up. She was at the hospital with her friend really late. So she's probably really tired. Okay, so. No, still not out. Okay, we'll go around the block again. So, it works fine. I've been doing this for years. I have a lot of merchandise on Amazon, guys. Now, there's another way we can do Amazon. And this is what Melissa and I did the most. I go shopping. She sends half the money, whatever it is. And we send it all off to Amazon. I split the investment. There's no $1 a piece or anything like that. Then it becomes free. So we split the investment, and this is how that works. The items then are all labeled. She still provides all the labels and everything because it's just easier. She's the one who has to print all that stuff out, send it to me anyway. So she still provides all the labels and stuff. And then she also provides the shipping because you get that cheap shipping from Amazon. I can't get that. I can do cubic, but that's still not as good. So she provides the label. That's all figured out as part of the expense that comes off the top. Then whatever she sells after it's all calculated out, we just split the profit 50-50. We both get our half investment back. We just split the money right down the middle. Minus returns and extra expenses. Those are all accounted for because that's what the Amazon seller does. I don't mess with any of that. All I do is send it off and sit back and get paid. You deal with the customers, you deal with all that stuff. Of course, if a return comes, you can either have that sent to you or my office. I will document everything for you, and everything else. Now, this has been working very well for me for years because I keep a very limited number of people. Come on. They must be really chit-chatting. Oh, there he is. Boop. Go around again? Okay. Yeah, he's doing something for my mom. That's fine. He could stay there all day for all I care. If he's doing something for my mom, that's fine. All right, so we're gonna go around the block again. I don't park in front of my mom's because the signal is really bad, and sometimes we lose video. Of course, I don't have the gas to be driving around in circles either. So that works pretty good, the split profit thing. But I'm not really too anxious to be investing in other people's businesses at this time. So mostly what I'm providing right now is I go to the store, you buy what you want, you have it shipped to you. It costs $1 an item to do that. That is about as cheap as you're ever going to get a buyer to buy things for you. Most of them want a percentage of the sale. I don't do that. You don't want me putting my hand out every week or whatever. You rather just, when I buy it, it's paid for. All I got to do is send them some labels. It goes off, and then I'm done with it. That is the way to go. And the reason I do this purchasing, I am very, very, very good at finding extremely low prices. I've built up reputations with a lot of companies. When I go into Cargo Largo, guys, you might see it on video. I may do it live today, I don't know. But when I go into Cargo Largo, the manager of the place comes running right out. Now, I am not big compared to the other people that buy in there, retail people. They're buying billions of dollars and stuff. I buy hundreds of thousands at most, over a year. But they like me because all I do is say, okay, when is this item going to be in clearance, and how many do you have in total? Even though these big shop buyers in there with $1 million budgets and stuff go in there and they buy a little bit of this, a little bit of that, the reason they like me is they know that I dedicate a large amount of my budget to each product line I wipe out of their business. Because literally, they only have finite numbers. These aren't restockable products. So if there's 50 cases of dishes, you have to buy all 50 cases because they'll never be there again. A lot of this is discontinued. By the way, that does very well on eBay. Nobody likes to go to the store to buy a replacement for something and a new model be sitting on the shelf. They want what they went there for in the first place. So where do they go look for it when they go to Walmart and can't find it? They go to eBay. They don't even go to Amazon because Amazon's not going to have it either, chances are. And if they do, it's going to be vintage and overpriced, and nobody looks there for that. So if you're selling on eBay, these closeout new products give you sort of a combination of SEO results from vintage items, as well as the power of being able to sell new items. So I did very well with this for years. As a matter of fact, $1 million worth of inventory in my warehouse that I've closed, and I'm selling in lots. I'd say 35, maybe 40% is from Cargo Largo. The rest is from the different places I go. So today, I am going to pop by Cargo Largo. I don't know if I'll be doing a live video or not. I might do a live and a private video, but I'm going to pop over there. I'm going to be looking for a few items today. So you may see that, you may not. I don't want to commit to doing it on live video, because if the person that wants to buy is actually available for me to live stream, that's who I'll be live streaming with. If they're not available, I'll just send them some pictures, and I can always go back and pick up the items the next day. No big deal. Because I have to have the money sent anyway before I can do anything. I just don't have it. I'm paying my medicals. I just paid $1,200 yesterday. So I'm a little broke. All right. Oh, no, day before yesterday. I wish he'd hurry up. I do not have the gas to go around another time. We're really on fumes, guys. All right, so that's how it works when I go sourcing for other people. Now, that is a very minor part of my business. I've done it for years. I make a lot of money. Where I make most of my money is the split investment with the Amazon sellers, because that's what I do more than anything else, actually, or I was doing more than anything else. I've kind of put the brakes on this a little bit because I've been overwhelmed busy. So I'm not doing this sourcing for others as much as I used to. Plus, I don't source for myself anymore. I don't need to. I've already got my inventory, and the other inventory, I'll have 60,000 products available USA fulfilled drop shipping. You order the item, it's at your front door in less than a week. And it's all high-end good stuff. If you want to go check out what I'm selling, you can go to keywebco.com. Now, there's only costumes and drones and some kitchens, some electronics and stuff in there for right now. Clothing hasn't been added. I have huge departments that have not been added. I took down 7,464. I'm having some stomach trouble. I hope I don't start crying. 4,464 items. Oh, that hurts. That were drop shipped from China. Let me put it to you this way. I started with Orbello drop shipping. I was all excited. I got a few orders in. It was all verified suppliers that Orbello used originally. And they were slow to arrive, but they were shipped out in a fairly timely fashion. And not only were they shipped out in a fairly timely fashion, and were slow to get to the buyer, but no dramas. You know, customs forms filled out, everything just fine. Orbello, July 15th, did away with verified suppliers and turned everything over to AliExpress. No drama with any orders at all. From the time, July 15th on, I had 10 major orders that I'm going to mention. Out of that 10, only one has not been refunded. 2, they didn't fill out the customs forms for a $130 pair of sneakers and a $500 computer. So guess what? Buyers refunded. They're going to get their item in 6 months when the custom finally releases it, but I'll never get my money back. And nor will I get it from AliExpress. So basically, I just gave someone $600 worth of products. Also, the orders are supposed to be processed in 3 days. 6 days later, still not sent. Canceled and refunded. Out of 10 orders, 1 successfully arrived without refund. So the next day, after that 10th order arrived, I shut down my entire Shopify business, basically, and used USA Fulfilled. Now, here's the dilemma with that. Absolutely no money in it at all. Nothing. When you use USA Fulfillment, everything's going into shipping and into the fulfillment company. If you're lucky, you make a couple dollars on 100. So the products don't really mean much to me there. I do want to sell them. That does generate some money.
Nothing for your headache.
Did she like the... Oh, give me that.
Oh, yeah.
Or are we going to have bacon, lettuce, and tomato?
Well, sounds good.
That sounds good, actually. You know what? That's what I think.
This is really got.
Oh, no. We'll cut this one at home. Save that, and we'll have bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
Stop it for me.
Get in the back. We're going to have bacon, lettuce, and tomato today. Okay, we need to go get gas. We are completely empty. Guys. You got my nutrition drink. I guess I'll drink it, even though I don't really get to do anything but rent it. I still eat food, guys. I know I'm jumping around topics. Back to medical. I still eat food, but it's mostly so I'm not hungry, basically. I do get some out of these broken down proteins, but not very much. It's all IV feed that keeps me alive. Would you please put your seatbelt on? Thank you.
Stop in air.
Where?
Air.
You need air?
I don't know. You say need air.
All right, well, you might as well stop in air, and we got to get gas and cigarettes and everything else for the employee.
For the woman that went.
Yeah, the woman.
Granny went again.
I've got this woman that smokes.
You drink, you smoke.
And drinks. I call her my employee, but she's not really.
It's Granny.
Granny is what we call her. Well, she smokes and drinks. The drinking doesn't bother me too much, but the smoking really gets my nerves. Well, she, I really shouldn't say too much. She does do some work for me. She deals with the prison system and gets me crafts. I don't make any money on any of this, by the way. She gets me knitting and crochet crafts, and I take those crafts and I have a consignment shop in Kansas City that I drop those off for them. These are people in prison. And then they get paid. They don't get to get the money. The money goes to Granny, the lady that we're going to go see today. I have to go buy her cigarettes today. Do you remember what they were?
This is ligamento.
Ligates.
Mentos.
Well, she asked me to buy her cigarettes. I hate to do it, but I'm going to. I'm also going to go be picking up money. When someone that has, $4,000 or $5,000 that belongs to other people ask you to bring them cigarettes, you bring them the cigarettes, because if you don't, they're going to go get in that $4,000 or $5,000 and they're going to buy their cigarettes. They're addicted to them. So I'm going to get her a carton of cigarettes. Just get her a carton. We're on our way to go see her in the middle of the day. Now, this is the deal. She went to the consignment shop last week for me and picked up, there's 5 of them. She picked up all the money that goes to the prison. She doesn't have the accounts to transfer that. I know, I sure did. Do you want me to turn around?
No, I'll check it out in a minute.
Just checking. If it's important, we'll just pull over.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to go real easy on the cash.
Yeah.
Because I can't use the card for anything. I mean, there's a little tiny bit of nothing on there. But I've got to leave it because it's accumulating money for my next bill.
Yeah.
All right, so, where was I? Oh, well, so what I've got to do today is I've got to go up there and I've got to look at the accounting. Because the consignment shops give me a list of item numbers, and the item numbers, I have the list of who the money actually goes to. So what I've got to do, I believe there's 8 people the money are going to today. I've got to go to her place and sit there while she smokes cigarettes. You can tell I'm not very happy about that. And figure out who gets what money, and then it goes through. It's really tricky. I shouldn't really give you too many details, but basically it goes to the warden of the prison. I have to do each transfer by client number. And then you've got these little forms you've got to fill out to say, well, why is this money being transferred? How are they earning money while they're in jail? There's all this little crap you've got to do because it's set up not for profit. So I've got to fill all those forms out and get those people their money. They don't actually get but a very small percentage of that while they're in jail. Once they get out, most of them save up enough money. And these are all non-violence, by the way. Drug convictions, didn't pay alimony, driving things, stuff like that. But once they get out, most of them, not all of them, most of them have done enough work that they can pretty much get their apartment, get the, clothes to wear for interviews. They normally have enough money to operate themselves, if they're not doing anything wrong, for a couple months. And that's the whole point. So this is actually a program that a friend of mine wanted to start and never did. So I thought, well, that's a clever idea. I can do that in my spare time as if I had any. And so that's what I've been doing for years. So that's what's going on. All right. Oh, we got lots of people popping in here listening to me rattle on and on and on today. Now, guys, I know everyone wants to see me go in to Cargo Larga today. Now, honestly, guys, I'm not buying anything. I don't have any money. I'm going in just to look and shop for somebody else. I think I am going to stream that today. Because I really doubt that they're going to be able to jump in while I'm there and send the money and all that. They'll probably have to do that the next day. Everything that they're looking at would be there for a few days. That's the only problem with Cargo Larga. There's nothing restocked. They buy a whole container of this, that's there. After it's gone, you never see it again. So the items that I'm getting today are generally pretty much always available. So I think I am going to live stream. I'm not going to talk about the point of what I'm looking at too much, but a lot of people have not seen me in a store in a long time. So I think I will live stream that today. It will be in and out, guys. I am just going to run through there, see. I've got 3 things that I'm looking for in particular. I'm going to run to see if they have it there. If they do, great. If they don't, I'm out of there. Because if they don't have it in stock, there's another place that I can check, and I would probably check that tomorrow morning. But then after that, if I can't find these things that I'm looking for, then they need to do what they've got to do. Because I don't want them waiting for me to accomplish something and then be late on their own projects. So you will see me sourcing today. I think I will stream it. I'll have my employee looking at Facebook messages, so you'll be able to communicate immediately if you happen to be still watching. So you would just use Facebook Messenger to talk to me like you normally do. And my employee will show me his phone, but I will be live streaming. So you will see what I'm showing you. Just do the screenshot and send a message. All right, well, I see he bought the cancer. Cigarettes. I used to smoke, guys, like I said. So. Oh, it's nasty. Insure is gross. Get the Walgreens brand, guys. It's cheaper, tastes better. Here, you want to lick the container? He likes licking this thing. You want to lick the container? All right, looks like we're getting fuel. Did you check the air?
That's fine.
Look at the other side too. It's okay. It should be. We just have a slow leak. It's all good. All right. My light's on, but I think it's maybe only a pound or two low. I have a slow leak. All right. Well, let's see here. What we're gonna move on to next? Oh, let me show you this bag. While I'm sitting here, we have this entire collection. This is a collection you can't buy anymore. Went to America's Mart 3 years ago to get that. We have the luggage, the backpack, the whole ball of wax. And my employee today is going to finish doing the Christmas lots that I didn't get done yesterday for my show. I only got a few lots ready. We're going to be making lots of stuff in lots. All that I used to sell on eBay, guys. I don't really think you understand how much inventory I've written off here, guys. Seatbelt, please. I had, at my largest listing numbers, which was less than 2 years ago, I had, what did I get up to? 8,600?
Almost.
8,600 listings. I was as close to 10 as my goal was 10. I got to 8,600 listings. Then eBay changed. For the last basically year and a half, I've been doing nothing but removing the value of eBay in my business. Meaning, I left a lot of the listings live, even though it was a waste of money to do that. For the last year, I have been coming up with new sources of income to make up the difference of 150 sales a day. That is not an easy task, but I did it. Now, not near the volume of income, but my profit margins are astronomical. That, to me, is more important than how many dollars I bring in. I can bring in, I'll be very frank with you, I'm not selling on eBay now, I can tell you. My minimum earnings on eBay for a year was $180,000. No, that's not true. That's not true. When I started, of course it was lower. My average minimum earnings a year is $150,000 to $180,000 a year. Profit. That's not how much the store brought in. That's how much I actually earned after all said and done. Okay, that's great, right? Do you know how much sales I actually made to make that 150 or 100? Let's say 150. Do you know how many sales I had to make that $150,000 a year? Well, let me put it this way. I'm living on less than eBay gets. Well, no, I can't say that. I'm living on about what eBay gets, 10%. So I sold that amount of products, guys, in a year. Every year. For years. Except for the last year. Guess what my total income from eBay was last year? Meaning what I just closed. How much profit did I make this last year? Negative $3,643. Negative $3,643. Selling tens of thousands of dollars worth of products. But because of the theft and the returns and all the overhead add-ons and all this crap that eBay has made you do and the hundreds of hours of research where I'm wasting time looking to see if I can make 10 cents on a dollar, basically that just ruined my business. So you know what? It would have been a lot less money if I had listened to my friend Melissa Paz when she was flying back from eBay opening speaking 2 years ago. She's on the plane, she goes, Roger, you know that they're changing that to a catalog. You know you're never going to sell a frickin' thing because eBay sells everything that you've got through China. I said, I know. She goes, you are a fool to keep your business on there. If you're selling that new product stuff, you ain't going to make any money. You are definitely not going to come up and search 150 sales a day. You'll be lucky to come up once or twice a day. I said, I know that, but I can funnel, because I didn't want to believe that I had to give up my favorite business. It used to be my favorite business, eBay. I make a lot more money doing other things, but I liked eBay. Well, I liked it. Now, I don't like it. I don't like it one little bit because it's just as crooked and as corrupt as all the rest of them. So why the hell would I work on a platform like that and pay them a bunch of money so they can sell items that I have funneled people into my eBay store and then cross-sell to other Chinese sellers across the top of my page? Paid advertising. 1/4 of my paid advertising was outclicked. That means for every dollar I spent on advertising, 25 cents went into someone else's pocket. Why would I continue to do that and then still pay them 10%? That's stupid. So I don't do that. I'm definitely not going to refund any thefts anymore. If I want to cancel a transaction, if I look at someone's feedback and it's negative, 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 I'm going to cancel it. You can't do that on eBay. Screw that. This is my business, or am I working for a product catalog? Well, guess what, guys? You're working for a product catalog, whether you realize it or not. And why would I want to work for someone for pennies on the dollar? I can sell these exact same items on my own websites and lots, marking them down where I'm paying. Well, I'm trying to clear out a warehouse, so I'm actually making them super cheap. But I can mark it down where I'm making just a couple dollars on everything. And I can sell out in no time flat and make more profit than I made on eBay by a long shot. So you know what? Screw that eBay crap. Don't need it. I don't need Amazon either. That's going to crumble anyway. It's being designed to crumble, guys. I mean, I don't know if you know much about corporations and business. Amazon was never designed to make money. It was designed to take over all the businesses and then fail, and then be chopped up into little companies where the primary investors would take control of whatever section or department they want. That's what's going on with Amazon, guys. All the other stuff you hear is crap. It's all what they're doing in the boardroom to make the money. All the nuances of how it works and all that, that's just logistics. So, just a little bit of warning there. You need to have your own website, no matter what you're doing. If you're on any platform, you also need to have your own website. Because I'll tell you this, if you don't have your own website, Google goes, platform seller. They don't even look at you. You're not going to come up in algorithms. You have to have something that identifies your business, not just some part of a product catalog that only shows if you're the top metric. You don't even exist, guys. I'm telling you this. I've looked at the numbers. I know what I'm talking about. So, if you wish to exist and be on a platform, you need something, microsite, website, something to let them know that you even exist. You can take your eBay items and put them in a website that links back to eBay. Well, guess what? Google now knows that you sell on eBay because there's something for them to read. If they're just reading the product catalog, they're not looking at you. They're looking at the top metrics that comes up on eBay. That's what's in their search results. Think about that for a moment and then figure out why you're paying eBay 10%. For what? To not come up in their search engine? I'm telling you, you guys need to pay attention to what the numbers really mean. Now, I'm not telling you eBay's bad. I'm telling you it's no good. There's a difference. If you have your own brand and you spent the tens of thousands of dollars to get customers to search for you by your brand name, well, you can make Midas money on eBay just like I used to. If you appear in the search result, you can make money. If you don't make money. I used to appear and get 150 sales a day average. And that's actually a low number for a couple of my years. 150 sales a day average, because why? eBay's search used to be a long list. Sorry. It used to be a long list. Nobody buys what's at the top of the list. They know that's the promoted crap that's overpriced. That's all you're going to see now. They'd scroll down till they saw my little green dragon. They knew it wouldn't come from China. They wouldn't even read my descriptions or listing anything. They'd buy from me. They did that all day long. As soon as I don't appear in that list, where are they buying? They're not even seeing me. And if they do see me, eBay spams the top of my page with a whole bunch of advertisement to a bunch of Chinese crap. So why would I want to sell there? And what profit is there in it? So far, I've been unable to find a reasonable answer. can't drop ship there, even US fulfilled. Well, people do it all the time. They just don't tell them. I'm not going to break the law to do that. I have USA fulfilled company. I can be approved by a platform to drop ship on that platform. It would just be a phone call to eBay, and I can be doing the products that I have on Shopify on eBay. It's all USA fulfilled. They don't care as long as it comes from here. And it doesn't mess with their business in China. I hope you're putting all these pieces together. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call it out, and I don't know if he'll do it or not. I don't even know him that well. Prairie Grit has my attention. I'm doing all this USA fulfilled stuff, very high-end stuff, very good search results on all of my products. I'm going to have 60,000 items, costumes, the electronics and home goods and clothes and all that. I am very, very much wanting to talk to Prairie Grit. I don't even sell there now. But I really want to talk to them and find out why I can't have an API and import all of my products from Shopify there. If I can do a CVS import, if they can import from eBay, of all hell places to import from, that's the hardest place there is to import from. If they can do eBay, Shopify's a walk in the park. Now, they don't want a whole bunch of people selling China crap in there. Well, I'm not selling China crap. I'm doing USA fulfilled high quality stuff. I would like to be the only one allowed to sell from my supplier on Prairie Grit. If I'm going to set up something like that, I'm going to have to talk to the owner and try to get him to do that for me. Because if he did, I would be the China, so to speak, of Prairie Grit. I would be the new product source that's fulfilled with all the brand new products. They get the items in a week. It's all automatically fulfilled. Very, very good system I've got. It's the best you can buy. Very little money in it for me. Very little money in it. But I don't care. It's about providing good products, getting people onto my websites to listen to my podcast where I get paid, to buy websites from me, to join my helpful tips group, build up my YouTube channel. YouTube will eventually be generating me money. Everything I do is for a reason. Everything. So, telling you guys, if I could get on with Prairie Grit as the new product, like their dropship company, even though it's not really me, it's my supplier, I think that they know me well enough, even though I don't really know him that well. I think I have built kind of enough reputation with him that he may actually consider turning something that over to a business like myself, where he knows that quality and doing things legally and doing things correctly are very important. Plus, I'm very knowledgeable about what I'm doing. And I'm not all greedy. I'm not all greedy. I like to make the money, but I like to make it fairly and honestly and provide real value. So, if I could talk to these people at Prairie Grit, since it's a new platform. See, I had a deal worked out with another new platform that was coming up called Hapino, but it failed. It did not do what they said. Their import sucked. That's it. So, no, don't need you. Well, Prairie Grit's import sucked when they first started, but they fixed it. And they fixed it better than I thought they would be able to. I looked at their code. They did a really good job, guys. I mean, I couldn't have done some of the things they've done. Okay? And that says a lot. So, I'm very kind of impressed with them. I don't know what their sales are, but I don't really care what a platform sales are. It's what you do with your business that matters. The platform can only influence its viability to you. eBay influenced their viability by not having me in their search engine come up. Well, then they're useless. Bye-bye. Prairie Grit is an opportunity for me. I am going to open a Prairie Grit store. I had one before, but I'm going to open a Prairie Grit store in January with some vintage stuff in it, just so I can do it. I like Prairie Grit. I enjoy it. It's nice. You can import. You can do it. It's a great thing. I hate the name, but it is a good platform, and I think it will do okay. It's starting to get a little more traction as time goes on. It's going to have setbacks and back and forth. It's very difficult to develop a platform. But I was looking around in there, and there's a lot of like resellers selling some new stuff. They don't want that China crap in there. Okay, even before, when I had the China crap in there, it was me reselling that. I don't even want to do that now. I want these USA fulfilled products in there. This is all good company, so it's not like I'm going to do this and then all of a sudden all the listings are going to be down and changed or not fulfilled or out of stock. So I really need to take the time and talk to this Prairie Grit guy. I don't know him very well. I've chatted just briefly. I like him though, and I don't like very many people. You might think I do. I treat everyone the same, but to actually like what someone's doing and have respect for them, I don't have very much of that for anybody. So I'm just telling you a little insight about me. So I really hope that I can, I'm not pushing for it. I haven't even talked to him. I mentioned it in one of the groups that the people know them. But I really kind of hope that he'll let me do that. Because if he did, I wouldn't have to worry about other people from the same supplier being competition on his platform. Nor would he have a whole bunch of duplicate crap from every seller on the planet on that platform. He could leave his structure the same and just simply make a custom API for the ones he wants on there. It's his platform, he can do whatever the hell he wants. As a matter of fact, the reason I'm suggesting this is because that is the design I made for a platform I was trying to create, but I can't do it. I can't do it. If this had been 10 years ago, not a problem. I would have gone financing and done all of it. I can't do it now. I know almost enough, but I can't devote enough time into it to actually make it take off. And that's a nightmare. Making a platform is a nightmare, guys. I hope you have a little respect for these people that try to do that. This guy at Prairie Grit, he did this so there would be a community-based platform like eBay used to be, that we can all make money fairly for resellers. Well, that's what it's for resellers. But he's got the capacity that he could actually do the volume platform selling like eBay and everywhere else. Just needs reliable people to do that for him. Well, I would be the perfect choice. And I'll have 60,000 products available in less than, shoot guys, I'm having 60,000. I can list 4,000 or 5,000 products a day, guys. I work like a slave. You have no idea. As a matter of fact, when I get home today, I think I'm going to start on clothing. I'll have 30,000 clothing items up by the end of the day. They won't all be in the collections and everything like they're supposed to, but they will be live in my store, and then it'll take me a week to get them all sorted. So I can do that. I can do that with really high-grade stuff delivered within a week. All automatic. So I don't want to make copies of my listing and then have to fill the orders manually in my store. That takes too much time, especially if I get up to any volume. Guys, I don't cross the street if I can't sell 50 things a day. All right? So I wouldn't even be considering this if I didn't have goals far in excess of that. I'm just being honest. So there's some real potential here. And if he keeps the other ones out, he's not going to have problems with people that won't fill their orders. No matter what, when you drop ship anything, even USA fulfilled, you are going to have mistakes because you don't have control. Now, these are all automated orders. It's very difficult to mess them up. These are the same people that fill Amazon, guys. And just, let's call it out. I'm not screwing around. I was ready to make a platform of my own, and I looked at it, I was like, ugh, I don't think so. But I basically am doing the same thing at keywebco.com. Might not be a platform, but I have affiliates, guys. You can even sell my products and make pay. Now, of course, remember I told you I get very little money. I encourage the affiliate program because remember, my goal isn't I want to sell the products. I need the money. But my goal really isn't about the products. It's about getting people into the website where they can do things that make me money. Buy websites, listen to my podcast, use my apps, read my blogs. I don't have affiliate marketing in the blogs yet, but that's coming probably next week. I'm just overwhelmed. I'll be very honest with you guys. If I had 2 decent employees, not like this thing that just doesn't do his job, but 2 decent eCom trained employees. Him, I got to teach everything, and he does a great job, sort of. But I need 2 eCom trained employees. If I had 2 employees and a little bit of a budget, you would be freaked out on what I can do. I just don't, there's not enough time in the day, there's not enough money for me to do what I know needs done. I don't do credit, which is kind of stupid, but I don't believe in it. I have credit cards, but I have no credit lines of any kind. If I buy a car, I buy cash. If I buy a house, I buy cash. If I buy my products, they're paid for cash. I don't owe anything. Well, I run my businesses and everything that way. I have my whole life, and I will continue. If I did credit, look.
What?
Look. Ever seen that many?
No.
Look at all those. They're having an RV convention at the Silverstein Arena in Princeton. Look at all those.
Yeah, that's cool.
Man, I've look, there's 10,000 of them sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
We just drove by a whole parking lot with nothing but RVs in it. I would like to have an RV. All right, back to it. So, now I lost my train of thought. I got all excited about the damn RVs. What was I talking about?
Oh, I don't know, asleep.
I know you were asleep. I think I was talking about employees. If I had 2 decent employees, sorry, it's amazing what I could do. I have one VA in the Philippines, and he's doing a pretty good job. I have to teach him what to do, which is all right because I get a good rate. And he picks it up pretty quick. He sends me little videos showing me. I have a very good VA, guys. As a matter of fact, he has a few slots open. Helping Hands VA. You can probably find it on one of my websites somewhere. If not, maybe Ed. His name is Ed. Maybe he'll see this video and leave his link or something. But he could use another client. He works for me a lot, but he's got space for another client. I only have him doing kind of minimal things. A lot of repeat work kind of stuff. Like he helped take down, actually he re-helped take down the items from China that I needed to go. I'd already taken them all down, but Shopify didn't do it. So I had him go back 50 at a time and do it. Even though they were all queued to go, I couldn't wait around for 6 months or whenever they decided to do it. So he did that. Now what my VA is doing, quiet! Now what the VA is doing is he is tagging by collection. I make the primary tag. For example, costumes. Go look at that in my store, keywebco.com. The only tag on those costumes is costumes. Enough! The only tag on there is, God, the dogs were growling. The only tag over there is costumes. Then what my VA does is after, and he has to do it over and over. It's not like it just gets done once. I've got another 11,000 costumes to add. So after he does a collection, he opens, he filters it by collection, then he goes in and he looks for all the men costumes. He checks all the boxes and he tags those men. Then he goes and does the same thing for women's, boys, girls. Eventually he'll go back and do hats, shoes, pants. Those are breakdown tags. Primary is costume. Anything that's a costume will be in that collection. Then he uses the breakdown tags. So when you're in the collection, it's not ready yet. When you're in the collection, he's going to do this navigation too. He needs to learn how to do all this stuff. I send him the videos, and I think he knows how to do it, but not always does he. So he'll be doing the navigation in the collection, which basically means there'll be a tag up there for every one of the tags that he's added to that collection based on the collection. So you could go into the collection and say, oh, I need men's clothes. So you get men's, and it'll be all men's. Then he goes, oh, I only need pants. But you get pants, it'll be all pants. Oh, those are all too fat. I only need size medium. Boom, you get size medium. And then there are all your products. My store will not do that for you at this point. I just took down most of what's in it and rebuilding the whole thing. What I really need is to quit screwing around with doing this stuff myself and having the VA do it. I need to just fork out like $500 and have a pro go in there and do it in a day. Because, I don't know, do you guys know Sandy? You probably know Sandy. It's been around forever. S-A-N-D-I, Sandy. Well, I was at eCom Chicago a few years ago, and with a different Shopify store, and that was all my eBay stuff. Well, Sandy said, well, you know, Roger, I'd charge you $500. I could sort that so you'd have all your breakdowns, your tags, all that stuff for you. And I didn't do it. I did it myself. Well, shit. You know how long it takes to do all this crap? It'd be cheaper to pay the $500. I make more money making podcasts than I do sitting there putting tags on items. But I just don't have the budget. And I don't do credit. See, if I did credit, guys, we wouldn't be having this conversation. If I used credit, I'd just pay for my ad campaigns, all the stuff that I need to do. If it worked, it worked. If not, I'd pay it off. Because remember, I pay cash for all this stuff. I pay cash up front for the things that work and don't work. Credit, the same thing. But you end up paying more because you don't pay it all off. And I just cannot run those margins. But if I did use credit, I could make a lot of money. But I'm too old. I don't have time for that. I'm not going to change, 50 years of good business practice just because I need the money. Now, I hope you understood what I said. 50 years of good business practice. Credit was never meant to be used as it is used today. It was designed so you could buy the house and the car that you could never afford. Not go to the store and buy hot dogs on charge. That you end up paying $1 pack of hot dogs that you don't pay off for 20 years. It costs you $15. That's not what credit was designed to do. Okay, so just keep that in mind. A good business practice is to not use credit at all. And that's what I've done my whole business and life. Now, I did run some credit when I was in college, and that was a huge mistake. That's what made me decide, oh, this is bullshit. They want an extra $5 for that? I'm not paying that. So, didn't do that anymore. Glad I made that decision, too. Trust me, if I had run credit on my business when eBay changed, I would have been ruined. I would have owed for the $1 million worth of products that I still have, instead of have paid for them up front. Now I can sell them for whatever, and it's just money back in my pocket. It's already written off. Alrighty, guys. Well, I rattled on here a very long time this morning. I talked about all kinds of crap. All kinds of stuff. I am going to go into Cargo Largo. We will be in and out of there. I'm going to run in there. I'm going to see if I can get a handful of things that I am on a list to go look for. If I am going to find them, I'll find them pretty quickly. If I'm not, I'll also do that pretty quickly. So we are going to go. Are they going to be open? Are they going to be open? 9:30.
10:30 or 9:30?
I think it's
9:30
10.
or 9:30.
Is it? Well, we're going to go by there anyway. And so I will do one more live stream where you'll get to see me shop a little bit. I won't be buying anything. Not unless I get money online. This is how that works. I go into the store. If there's something you want, you send me a Facebook message and say, hey, I want that. You pay me $1 extra, whatever it's priced. If it's a 10-cent item and you're buying 50 of them, it's going to cost you 10 cents per item plus $50. It's $1 per item. I don't care what the price is. If it's a $10,000 item, it costs you $1 an item for me to source it for you. You send me the money in advance, including the $1. We put if it's Amazon, we put the stickers on, we send it off for you, you send me the label. If it's eBay, we just ship it to you. If I fulfill it, it's $2 an order, but I'm not really wanting to do that very much. I will, by special arrangement. Alrighty, guys, well, I better let you go because we're going to lose signal here any minute. And I got this idiot drunk. How can they be drunk at 9:30 in the morning? He's got a beer in his hand.
It's his birthday.
At 9 in the morning? Sorry, guys.
It's his birthday.
All right, I hope you enjoyed listening to me rattle on, and I will talk to everyone again soon.